Guys, welcome to Trashy Stupid Fun. This is episode 52. And, I think I have a few movies I want to talk about. Lately I've been on a really, lately the movies I've been watching are short films that are RiffTrax shorts that they do, the funny commentary and everything. I've been watching them on Hulu and other means lately. And some of them have been really, I don't know why I want to talk about them on here. It's part of RiffTrax and part of, crappy movies I like to watch. And some of these shorts are just really cracktastic. One of them got fat and something about bicycle safety, but that was the name of it. One of them got fat or somebody got fat or I don't know. I don't know, it was weird. And it followed all these kids on bikes who were dressed up as monkeys. I guess they were supposed to be monkeys, but they had these really creepy masks on. And the guys just kept making jokes about, Planet of the Apes jokes. It was bad. It was creepy as heck. And the movie, I just wanted to set it up because the movie I watched today was really freaky. It was a Christmas. I talked about this on Facebook for a little bit. It was a Christmas movie called Santa and the Ice Cream Bunny, and all I will say is it makes movies like Santa Claus and Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, which were both featured on MST3K. They make them look a little less creepy by comparison. Which is saying a lot. But yeah, this is RiffTrax. A friend just mentioned this. This is RiffTrax's Monos. The Hands of Fate, and it really is. It's just oh god, it was crappy. It's not just crappy, it was just bizarre. The story follows Santa. His reindeer flew off to the North Pole or something, and he's stuck in Florida for some reason. So the elves are kind of missing him, and they were singing at the start of the movie, and, it was weird. Yeah. It was like, oh my god. Because it just made no sense. And then all of a sudden, he's trying to get these kids trying to bring him animals to pull his sleigh, and nothing works. So suddenly, for no reason, he just starts telling the story of Thumbelina. And so we have a movie within a movie going on, and it's just really bizarre and really bad. Because the Thumbelina stuff, both of them kind of take place in and around this theme park called Pirate World, or yeah. And I looked it up. After the movie, and it was apparently a theme park that was around for a while until Walt Disney World came along and kind of bumped them out of the way. It looked like a really rinky-dink little theme park. You had log flume rides and this weird ride that looked like dogs that were on a track, and it didn't look very safe. They make a joke saying, back when rides didn't care about safety rules. It just was weird. And the Thumbelina story is just really bizarre. The whole time, you're going, Santa Claus is telling this story, And the Thumbelina story is about this, this girl who's going through this Thumbelina story diorama thing, and it's being read to her on a speaker. But it's played out with people, and it doesn't make any sense. And the Thumbelina sequence was just really, it took up most of the movie. It just could have just been the Thumbelina movie musical thing. There was some singing in it, but it just made no sense. I looked up later on that they were two separate movies, but still, it's like a movie within a movie thing, and it just made no sense. And just kind of, I don't know, it broke my brain a little bit. It follows the story of Thumbelina. She meets, she was made from a witch, even though the witch doesn't seem all that evil, and it makes no sense, and just the whole movie was just like no. And the Thumbelina sequence just had crazy people in costumes that were just freaky. There were these fly bird people. I don't know what they were, but they scared the heck out of me. I loved that the guys just kept screaming when these things came on screen. Yeah, these crazy things, and then you had the crazy mole people, who they were moles, but they looked weird. At one point, they made a joke saying, I think she's turning into a character from The Dark Crystal, or something like that. Kind of. Didn't totally look like a Skeksis, but it looked like it could have been turning into one, and it was just really freaky. So yeah, there was that movie, and I'm just gonna give away the ending and to the ice cream. The ice cream bunny shows up and saves the day, but the ice cream bunny is just this freaky looking bunny thing. I don't know what they were thinking with this. I don't know if it was a mascot at the theme park or what, but he was just this creepy bunny. Whenever they showed a close-up of him, the guys would go, or just make this really weird laughing sound, because that's what it looked like. And yeah, that was basically it. He comes and saves Santa, and they run off and leave the kids behind. They tried to help him in the first place. It's just a weird movie, and just like, I can't imagine kids watching that. I can't believe anybody watched that back then. This was from the 70s, by the way, and it's just what the heck? I kept calling it's like Manos for kids, even though I don't think any kids would actually watch this. It's nightmare fuel. Ugh. But that movie, out of the way, I watched another RiffTrax movie on Hulu last night. That was, oh god, it was awful. But the riffing kind of helped. So, and that was Planet of the Dinosaurs. This is a crappy 70s movie about these people who get marooned. They their ship blows up, or they get away, and their getaway ship goes underwater. And so they're trying to figure out where they're at. And they find that they slowly but surely, oh my god, there's a lot of stopping and going in this movie. They go for a while, discovering what's going on, and then slowly but surely they find out there's dinosaurs there. And yeah, it's just really a really bad movie. Really bad costumes. There's a couple guys wearing these tight spandex looking things, and it's just it's bad. Very 70s. Very bad music. And so at one time, it sounded like they ripped off the theme from Jaws. It was bad. I will give one thing away. So there's a great death scene that happens with the Triceratops. I think it's one of the, pardon my language, it's one of these, I think one of the douchey guys kind of, he's, it's like, we should get away from here or whatever. I don't remember exactly, because after the Ice Cream Bunny movie, I kind of blanked on this one. And I just watched it last night, but it was just, I forget why, but, he's just getting chased by this Triceratops, and it skewers him with his front horn, and tosses him over, but it looks so ridiculous because all the dinosaurs are stop motion animation. So he was kind of like it was just a little doll looking thing on his horn and falls off the side of the mountain. It's just crazy. Yeah, that was basically. It was just it was a bad movie. I've been watching a lot of those lately. I can't think of what else I've watched recently I could talk about on here. I did see a video for somebody, and it seems like she kind of talks about the same movies. I can't tell. I've only seen one episode of hers. But she was talking about this movie, Joystick, and it looked really awful. I don't know if I was tempted to watch it after I heard the description, but then after I watched the trailer, I was like, it looks kind of like something I would watch, but I don't know. It looked really awful. And again, I really want to go see Birdemic, the RiffTrax version of Birdemic live in October, because that's going to be fun. I really want to go see that. And I really want to see the birds next month, which that may be my episode for next month, is talk about the birds, which it's not the same kind of thing like watching Birdemic or Manos, but I'll probably talk about it because I love that movie, but I'm really looking forward to seeing that on the big screen because it's on my birthday, so I really want to see that on my birthday. So, yeah. Oh, you know what? Another good movie I watched recently. I was expecting a big exploitation flick, but it wasn't at all. It's kind of, I blame the advertising. And that's Black Snake Moan. It's about a girl who has a real bad case of nymphomania. She gets a feeling in her stomach, and she just has to have sex. And, and she does a lot of drugs and all that stuff. And then she meets this guy, played by Samuel L. Jackson. And she's Christina Ricci, by the way. You can't tell by the box. She meets Samuel L. Jackson. Well, actually, he finds her on the side of the road beaten up and just, she's a very neglected person. Nobody's tried to help her until she meets him. And, he finds her. But the thing is, he chains her up to his radiator to help her. Because he doesn't want her to run away, because he knows that she might end up dead. So it's a very, very drastic thing to do to somebody, but it just, within the context of the movie, it made sense to him to chain her up. Because he the way he saw her, he didn't want her to go out and get hurt or killed. So that's why he chains her up to his radiator, which sounds crazy, but, and the trailers and everything makes this look like a big exploitation flick. And, there are elements of exploitation going on, but that's not why I liked the movie. It's one of those where, he helps her, and it kind of helps him at the same time, because he's just been divorced, or, he found out his wife was sleeping with his brother, and all this junk, and, in him helping her, she kind of helps him, or, he kind of brings him back to, being less of it. He's kind of an asshole, or, excuse my language. He's not really, like that, but, he's, beating the crap out of his brother at one point, I think, and, it kind of calms him down a little bit, because he's just enraged by what his wife did, and it, and yeah. I think they'd been divorced for a while. I don't remember. But yeah, I'm saying a lot. I'm sorry. And it's just a really nice little story. It feels very independent. Very independent movie, and it's just really. Oh yeah, Justin Timberlake's in this too, and he does a pretty good job. He's Christina Ricci's boyfriend or husband or something, or fiance or something, and he has a crippling anxiety that he wanted to go away to the war, and he leaves her, or maybe not to war, but he wanted to enlist in the army or something, and he leaves her, and so it just kind of makes it worse for her, and that's where everything goes from there. And I just kind of all over the place with the story, but it's really good. But yeah, it's a really good movie. Really surprised me, because I was expecting a big, crazy exploitation movie, and it wasn't like that at all. It was really good, really not that trashy, maybe just a little bit, but it was really good. I'm just like, babbling, and yeah. I think you've come to expect that if you're actually watching these all the way through. But yeah. I can't think of what else to talk about. I'm just like, yeah. Those are basically the big ones I've been watching lately. I might do another episode. I'll probably at some point do another episode anyways, but yeah. That's basically it for now. So until next time.